Hello, Golden State Warriors fan. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates. First of all, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's crucial for you to stay informed with the news daily. Without further ado, let's get to the news. In a surprising turn of events that's shaking the NBA community, Golden State Warriors forward Andrew Wiggins has reportedly stated that he no longer wishes to share the court with Dennis Schroeder. This revelation has sent shockwaves through both the Warriors organization and the league at large, sparking widespread debate among analysts, fans, and insiders about what led to this dramatic stance. Wiggins, known for being a relatively reserved player who often avoids the media spotlight, has rarely been associated with controversies or public disputes. That's precisely what makes this story so compelling. Why would a player like Wiggins take such a firm, public position against a teammate? Speculation is running wild, with reports suggesting that tensions between the two have been simmering for months, perhaps fueled by differences in playing style, personality clashes, or locker room dynamics that have yet to fully come to light. According to sources close to the situation, the relationship between Wiggins and Schroeder deteriorated steadily over the course of the season. Initially, when Schroeder joined the team, there was optimism that his playmaking abilities and defensive grit would complement the Warriors' established system. Wiggins himself even spoke positively during early interviews, expressing enthusiasm about integrating Schroeder's skills into the rotation. However, as the season progressed, it became evident that their chemistry on the court wasn't as seamless as anticipated. Both players often found themselves vying for similar roles in the offense, leading to awkward moments during games where miscommunications resulted in turnovers or missed opportunities. This competitive tension may have been exacerbated by the high stakes facing the Warriors this season as they look to reclaim their dominance in a fiercely competitive Western Conference. Insiders have hinted that the friction between Wiggins and Schroeder wasn't limited to game time decisions. Reports suggest that their interactions during practices and team meetings grew increasingly strained, with disagreements occasionally escalating to heated exchanges. Wiggins, who is typically known for his calm demeanor, reportedly became frustrated. With Schroeder's assertive personality and tendency to take control of possessions, often sidelining Wiggins in key offensive sets. On the other hand, Schroeder, a confident and outspoken player, may have interpreted Wiggins' reserved nature as a lack of leadership or initiative. These differing temperaments, when placed under the intense pressure of the NBA spotlight, appear to have created a combustible environment. As the Warriors season teetered between success and disappointment, these personal dynamics took center stage, ultimately leading Wiggins to declare that he can no longer play alongside Schroeder. The Warriors front office now faces a monumental decision. With Wiggins making his position clear, management must weigh the value that each player brings to the team, considering both on-court contributions and off-court dynamics. Wiggins has been a crucial part of the Warriors' recent successes, particularly their 2022 championship run, where his defensive prowess and clutch performances proved invaluable. However, Schroeder brings his own strengths, particularly his ability to create plays off the dribble and apply relentless defensive pressure. The question now is whether the Warriors can find a way to mediate the situation internally or if a roster shakeup is inevitable. Sources indicate that team executives and coaching staff are already exploring possible trade scenarios, with several teams reportedly expressing interest in both Wiggins and Schroeder should the Warriors decide to part ways with either player. The Warriors locker room, long known for its culture of unity and professionalism under head coach Steve Kerr, is now facing one of its most significant internal challenges in years. Kerr has always emphasized the importance of team chemistry, often crediting it as a key ingredient in their multiple championship runs. This situation, however, tests that ethos. Can the coaching staff broker a reconciliation between Wiggins and Schroeder? Or has the relationship deteriorated beyond repair? Veteran leaders on the team, such as Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, are said to be actively involved in mediating discussions, hoping to restore harmony before the situation undermines the team's playoff aspirations. But with Wiggins reportedly resolute in his position, the likelihood of a swift resolution seems increasingly slim. raising concerns about the potential impact on the team's overall morale and performance down the stretch. Fans, too, are deeply divided in their reactions to the news. On social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram, debates rage on about who is at fault and what the Warriors should do next. Some fans sympathize with Wiggins, arguing that his consistency and commitment to the team over the years should earn him the franchise's loyalty in this dispute. Others point out that Schroeder's arrival has added a new dynamic that the Warriors desperately needed, especially in terms of backcourt defense and offensive versatility. The split in fan sentiment mirrors the complex nature of the situation itself, where there are no easy answers and every potential decision carries significant ramifications for the team's future. Commentators on sports talk shows have weighed in as well, with some urging the Warriors to keep both players and find a way to coexist, while others advocate for making a decisive move to prevent further locker room discord. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. From a purely basketball standpoint, the Wiggins-Schroeder rift underscores the challenges that NBA teams face when trying to integrate multiple talented players with overlapping skill sets. Both players excel at slashing to the basket, defending on the perimeter, and creating mid-range opportunities. However, their individual styles may not be as complementary as initially hoped. Wiggins thrives in structured offensive sets where he can leverage his athleticism in controlled situations, while Schroeder often operates best in high-tempo, improvisational plays where he can use his quickness to exploit defensive lapses. This stylistic disconnect may have contributed to their on-court frustrations and ultimately their personal falling out. Coaches and analysts frequently emphasize the importance of role clarity, and in this case, it seems that a lack of clearly defined roles may have been a key factor in the breakdown of their relationship. Looking ahead, the Warriors must consider not just the immediate impact of this situation, but also the long-term implications for their franchise trajectory. With their core players aging and the Western Conference becoming increasingly competitive, every roster decision carries heightened significance. Trading either Wiggins or Schroeder could alter the team's identity and competitive window in profound ways. Moreover, potential trade partners will undoubtedly seek to capitalize on the Warriors' predicament, possibly driving down the value of either player in negotiations. This puts additional pressure on the front office to handle the situation delicately and strategically, ensuring that any decision made strengthens the team's prospects rather than exacerbating existing vulnerabilities. The next few weeks could prove pivotal, not just for Wiggins and Schroeder, but for the Warriors' championship aspirations as a whole. For Wiggins personally, this moment represents a significant departure from his usual approach to team dynamics. Throughout his career, from his early days with the Minnesota Timberwolves to his championship tenure with the Warriors, Wiggins has largely maintained a low-key public profile, preferring to let his game speak for itself. His decision to take such a firm stand against playing with Schroeder suggests that the underlying issues are deeply felt and possibly rooted in long-standing frustrations. It also signals a new chapter in Wiggins' career, one where he is asserting his voice and agency more openly. Whether this move will ultimately benefit his professional trajectory remains to be seen, but it undoubtedly reshapes the public's perception of him as a player who is no longer content to silently endure situations that he finds untenable. As the NBA world watches closely, all eyes are now on the Golden State Warriors and how they will navigate this unprecedented challenge. Will they manage to patch things up between Wiggins and Schroeder, restoring unity and focus as they push towards the playoffs? Or will this schism lead to a significant roster overhaul that reshapes the team's future? One thing is certain, this story is far from over. In the high-stakes, high-drama world of professional basketball, personalities and personal dynamics can be just as impactful as talent and tactics. For Warriors fans, this is an anxious moment filled with uncertainty. For NBA observers, it's yet another compelling chapter in the ongoing saga of a team that has, for the better part of a decade, defined the modern era of basketball through both their triumphs and their trials. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. subscribe to our channel, and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.